So if x equals 0, no matter what comes after, they're all going to be what? 0. So if x equals 0, no matter what the y value is, my slope is 0. So anywhere I have an x equals 0, I'm going to put in a horizontal line. And then let's look at this guy in the inside. How can I make y minus 1, that piece, into a 0? When y equals 1. So when y equals 1, no matter what the x is, it's going to be a horizontal line as well. So I have y equals 1 here, 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 and here. And there we have a horizontal asymptote. And then let's test our points. I want to test 1, 1. So when I plug in the 1 into the x, we get 1. 1 into the y. Oh, didn't we already test that one? That wasn't 1, 1. What was this? Oh, it is negative 1, 0. Oh, look at me. So this is negative 1, 0. So we have negative 1. When I plug in the 0, it's going to give me negative 1 all squared. Isn't that basically 1? So my slope is negative 1. So at this point, I have a negative slope. How steep you make it, it doesn't really matter. But I guess try to make it accurate. Now let's go to negative 2. Negative 2 comma 0. So when I plug it in, I get negative 2 times a positive 1. So my slope is what? Negative 2. So it's a little bit steeper. Be dramatic if you want. Now let's test 1, 0. When I do 1, 0, I get 1 times, and then, is that another positive 1? So my slope is 1. And then let's do 2 comma 0. So we have 2 times the positive 1, so steeper. And then we have 2 more points to test. Let's test negative 1. Is that negative 1, negative 1? Okay, it's a little bit stretched. So when I plug in negative 1, I get negative 1 for my first set. For second set, it's going to spit out a positive what? Positive 4. So we have, that's going to give me negative 4. Very steep. And then we have 1, negative 1. It's going to give me 1 times 4. Very steep, but positive this time. Now it kind of looks like a face to me. All right. So then for part B, it says to use the slope field and tell me why the following could not be the graph. So let's analyze the graph. This means the graph is going up forever, correct? This right here also means the graph is going up forever. So could I even possibly make a horizontal asymptote over here? So that's because no horizontal, I can't spell. No horizontal asymptote there. Because that's going infinity. And the one that's going to involve more work is the next one on the bottom. I may work all around. Okay, if you can't manage your space, go for it. Okay, let's start by writing out the equation given to us. I'm going to start over here. The equation given is that we have dy over dx is equal to x, y minus 1 all squared. So I have to kind of cross multiply, but for this one, I don't have a fraction on the bottom, right? So what I would do is go ahead and put the x's together. I know these two x's must go together. So I'm going to put on here, we have this x and dx will go together. For this y minus 1 squared piece, I'm going to bring it to the other side by dividing. But I want to write it as a 1 over y minus 1 all squared dy. So let's focus on the left side since that one involves more work. I want to worry about this guy right here. Let's rewrite this one as y minus 1 to the negative 2 dy. And I'm going to go ahead and use substitution. Y minus 1, well, u is equal to y minus 1. Sorry, it's kind of scrambled. Just put it right there. So we know du is equal to dy. This right here.
Can I go to the bathroom real quick?
Go for it. So if I rewrite this, we have u to the negative half du, and we're going to integrate it. So what is 1 more of the negative 2? negative 1, and then I have 1 over negative 1. But really, in the end, this means we have negative 1 over u, which technically gives us what? I'm going to write over here. Negative 1 over y minus 1.
Move it up a little.
Yep. So that was just the left piece. The right piece is going to be easy because what is one more of that x? So x squared. And then we have 1/2 plus c. Okay, I'm going to show something from geometry. If you saw video number 3, you're good. If you haven't, I'm going to give you a random example. So back a long time ago, when you were given 5 over x is equal to 8. If you were in my class, I kind of reiterated this quite a bit. As long as you have the variable on the bottom, I could take everything on the right and do what? Swap. So for this case, I could take, since I'm solving for y, everything on the bottom and this side, and I can swap them. So that's going to give us negative 1 all over 1/2 x squared plus c is equal to y minus 1. So now the y is almost by itself. What must I do on both sides? Add 1. So I'm going to put the y on this side. Plus c, and then plus 1 at the very end outside of the fraction. And they gave us what the x and y piece is. X is 0, y is negative 1. So let's plug it in. We have negative 1 is equal to, because that is 0, do I need to write that piece? Nope. So I'm going to write negative 1 over c plus 1. Oh, plus 1 in our row c. And then what should I do on both sides to get rid of this one right here? Subtract 1, so negative 2. And we can use that trick again. When I swap them and then I simplify, my c is equal to what? 1/2. So my final equation is this. I take this guy over here, plug in the c value. So y is equal to negative 1 all over 1/2 x squared plus c. Oh, plus 1/2. I keep not substituting. What a sad day. 1 over 2 plus 1. And that is our final answer.